Hello and welcome to another Mail Right Workshop. I'm Adam Brown, co-founder, and we have, like usual, the one and only Jonathan Denwood. Today we are going to be
I love
talking
it. I
about.
love it. I love it, Adam. It does my ego so much, Adam.
Yeah, I like introducing him too. He's a good guy. He's got a great accent too. He probably says I have an accent, right? So,
Yeah, I do.
but well, we'll jump into this. And today we're going to talk about 10 reasons why most real estate agents fail in real estate.
Yeah.
And you're probably going to be able to recognize some of these, hopefully not all of them. All right. So, why do so many agents fail and quit in the business? That's what we're going to go about today. And the first reason why is there's a interest versus commitment in their words. And let's talk about that a little bit, Jonathan.
Well, the reality is that if you're a reasonably social person, because we've discussed this before, Adam, the number one thing to have any success in real estate is you can't be the invisible agent.
Mhm.
So, but on the other hand, and I've got nothing against part-time agents, and to start off with, it's probably a good idea. But there's a lot of part-time agents out there that are pretty outgoing and have a good local connections. And by utilising family and friends and their local community connections, they can make a reasonably good living at real estate or second income. Without too much, I'm going to upset a few people here, Adam, but without too much effort in a kind of normal market, which we haven't had for about 3 to
Months.
3 years.
Yeah, that's true too.
Let's be frank, we haven't had a normal market for 3 to 4 years. It's changing, but it's not been normal.
Not at all.
But by having a local network, as I would call it, you can make between $60,000 and $100,000 without too much effort, Adam, to be truthful. The reason why a lot don't get there is that they are what we call they've got the invisible agent syndrome. They haven't got a community network. They haven't got a lot of friends. They haven't got a lot of connections, nor do they attempt to build them. But the problem, so there's a lot of part-time agents doing between 60 and 100, and they're fine with that. And they tend to get crucified.
Helps pay the bills.
Well, it's good money, isn't it? And it's part-time. And if they've got young children, they've got other commitments. It's one of the few things you could do that can produce $60,000 to $100,000 that you don't have to do like 6 days a week or 7 days a week. Well, 12 hours a day, right?
Yeah.
But the problem with it is if the economy or the situation, which we've seen the past 4 years, the problem until recently is to get a seller because everybody was after them. Now it's going to be buyers. It swings from one extreme to the other. But the problem is those type of agents tend to get hurt hard. But when the market is not more normal, if you want to get the next stage in your career above that, you need a host of other tool sets which a lot of these part-time agents who are just relying on their community connections don't have, Adam. So are we going to go for number 2?
Well, that one's the strategy when it comes to lead generation.
Yeah. Like I say, between 60 to 100,000, or I know some agents that just rely on what I call the Buffini methodology. They've moved, which is slightly more than what I've just stated, because it's more formulated. They're just not relying on their social connections in their town, city, area. It's more methodical. It's very linked. The Buffini way is you're farming a you're sending out a paper newsletter, you're using the CRM to know when people are having their birthdays. You're trying to keep in contact and build a friendship, a social community of about 300 people. That's the Buffini method. And you can then move from 60 to 100 and move that to maybe 150 or getting close to 200. I know some agents that have got there. It's more disciplined, it's more methodical, and it takes a long time. I think a better mixture is what I call the social agent who has digital marketing awareness, because you're going to get better results. You'll be able to build a real business. You don't have to employ a load of other people, but you can build a business that goes well above 60,000 and can go over 200,000. But you need a digital marketing strategy there. And a lot of agents, when they're trying to break out from this casual's probably the wrong word, but they're family, friends that send them possible leads. When they're trying to break out of that mindset or that methodology, and they also don't want to go down, or they haven't got the coaching or the discipline to utilize what I call the Buffini methodology, and there's other coaches that do similar thing about building a 300-person farm. They call it a farm, a social farm. They have problems. So if you're going to push it further, or you're new to area, or you're a young agent, you're going to get better results much quicker with a digital strategy. But a lot of agents in this industry don't have any digital strategy. And they need that, which I'm sure we'll touch on some more, and a lot of other videos that we've done touch on being digital mayor and all those other ways to grow your business. So all right. Well, hey, we love that you're joining us. If you like what you're hearing, give us a thumbs up. Make sure you click the subscribe button, and then always smash that notification bell so you know when we have our most recent videos get loaded for you. And thanks again, because we're doing this to help you grow your business. So this isn't always the most fun topics, but we got to talk about this stuff, right? Yeah. If you're going to go above the lead generation, or I partially covered it, you've got to have a CRM, a customer relation software. As you increase the people you're contacting, and this is all about conversation. If you don't have so many conversations per day, per week, there is no chance that they're going to turn into presentations. And you've got to at least have 2 presentations per month. And if you're the first agent that has that presentation, you got between 60 and 80% chance, and this is proven by statistics, of turning that presentation, that face-to-face presentation, into a commission check. So it's up to you to balls up that presentation. But the thing is, if you don't have more than 2 presentations per month, you won't be able to continue as a real estate agent. And that means you've got to have so many conversations, you've got to have so many people in your database, you've got to keep in contact with these people. It soon becomes unmanageable. That's why you need strategy, systems, and digital marketing awareness.
Yeah, and I feel like, no matter what industry you're in, if someone's letting me know that their business is struggling, one of the things I'll ask is, do they have a website? Do they have a CRM? And are they doing any kind of outreach, drip email campaigns, social media ads, things like that? And usually they're doing either not doing one of those things or 0 of those things, right? And
it's more the 0, isn't it?
Yeah. And if you're not,
Or they're
those are
relying,
ways to get
or
leads.
because they're being charged by the brokerage a digital marketing monthly
Yeah,
fee,
yeah,
they're just
yeah,
relying on the broker's stuff. But the problem
yeah,
is, the brokers, you sending all the same stuff to all the agents that are members of the brokerage.
yeah. All 80 to 120 of them are getting the same
Plus,
things.
well, some of the brokerages independent brokerages or national brokerages in Northern Nevada, they've got between 250 and 500 agents plus.
Jeez, crazy.
And they're
Not
all
in not in Little Bend.
and they're
We're growing,
sending
but not that much.
they're sending all the same stuff out because it all comes
Yeah,
from the brokerage.
yeah. Well, and hey, shameful plug here, but how about the mail right system that we have and all that it does with the CRM, the review tool, the social media ad
Oh,
campaigns?
we got a ton of functionality at a great
Yeah.
price. It's just amazing.
So check those out. You can see the plan prices. You can see the options at mail-right.com. And we'd also love to do a demo with you, even if you just have questions about, real estate and growing your business and things. Jonathan and I have both been around for a while, so we'd love to help you out. So check that out. All right. Third is fear of mistakes and the desire to look good.
Well, everybody has it, don't they? But in the real estate industry, image does matter, professionalism does matter, and it's a two-edged sword. The good part of this is that everybody's interested in property, in housing, in looking at housing, looking at what the neighbour got for their house. There's a lot of interest, right? That's the good side. The bad side is the kind of series like The Millionaire Agent. The idea that you've got to be a top look, you've got to have model looks, and you've got to be driving a Lamborghini to be successful. Well, it's a bit over the top, isn't it? Maybe I'm English. It kind of it must work. I think as a virtual TV show, it works as a plan that how you should be aged. It's not so good. So the consequences, everybody wants to hide their mistake and not make mistakes. To be an effective agent, you're going to have to accept that you're going to make some mistakes, but you've got to have mentorship from an experienced agent, mentorship, having been part of a good brokerage that has resources, that you can approach the top echelon of your brokerage for advice, having a good local mentor. These are the type of things that will help you be a much more effective agent, Adam.
Yeah. And it's like that saying, failure is not fatal. So, you're gonna fail.
Well, it depends on how big the failures are, but in general, our failures are the things that we learn from. We don't normally learn that much from our successes. We just, apart from the paycheck.
Yeah, that's kind of the point too, right? Is it's a mistake if you don't learn from it. So learn from it, grow, move on. So, okay. Fourth thing is no role model, or maybe the wrong role model. How's that play?
Well, that's kind of linked to the millionaire celebrity agent. This is a pretty brutal industry. It's about having processes that work and then rinse and use again, rinse, use again. And it's about
cycle.
It's not about the hair. It's more about the tortoise. There's too much emphasis on the hair in the real estate industry, and not enough emphasis on the tortoise.
Yeah.
So I keep wanting to say turtle, but it's the tortoise.
Isn't it the same thing, or are they not?
Well, they are. One lives in the water, one doesn't. But
I never knew that, actually.
Yeah.
So, what you learn on our workshops, National Geographic, baby.
Exactly. But that's the fact. There's too much emphasis on. I'm in my third year of my career, and I'm selling like $400 million and I'm making an income of $1.5 million. And there are some people like that, and it's a great industry. But the majority, you can make a fantastic career. It'd be fabulous for you and your family, but you've got to be a bit more realistic and understand what you're in. And there's a lot of people kind of spinning a load of nonsense to you.
Yep. All right. And fifth, and I guess we'll use this as our last point. We'll do a part B to this because there's a lot to it. But how about the Monday through Friday 9 to 5 mentality, 9 to 6 mentality? Because that just doesn't totally work when it comes to real estate in general.
Well, if you want that, I think you need to find a different industry, because it ain't going to pan out for you. And it's fine if you're an established agent and you've got a buyer, sub-agent, and you've got a small team, or you've got a bigger team, and you can back off a bit and everybody's happy because you've got all the processes worked out. You've got the personal branding recognition that makes it worthwhile for other agents to join your team. You've done all the things that we've outlined in our videos, Adam. But if you're starting off, or you're not developed your brand and your processes to allow you to do that, this is not the industry for that kind of attitude. You're not gonna succeed. It's just it's that brutally frank, Adam.
Yes. Well, and how many people can realistically go to an open house, on a Thursday or even a Friday, right? So you got to put in those hours. You got to put in the weird times.
But on the other hand, with digital marketing, the great thing is you don't have to be, there are a lot of coaches that are still spinning. And it still works for them. And, you've got to be on the phone. Look, I use this. My main phone is my iPhone. And if it's not if it's not in my contact list, and if they can't be bothered to leave a voice message, they're not getting a call back from me, because I like you. If you're watching this video, you must get inundated, and you've been inundated if you're watching this slightly after the election, because I've had so many people ringing me up, trying to find out who I'm voting for, or sending me text messages. If I got $5 for every text message or phone call from somebody asking me to vote for them, I'd be rich now. So the idea that you can build a real estate business in 2022, 2023 by ringing people up, I'm sorry, it's my opinion, it's garbage. It's not. It's living in the past. So you still get a load of these videos saying, if you're going to be successful starting your career, you've got to ring to play, ring for dollars. You've got to do so many calls. Sorry, it used to be that way. It doesn't work now.
I've always hated phone call chance. Stuff.
If you're going to go down that route, you might as well just knock on doors. That will be, you're going to peeve off a lot of people, and it's a little bit dangerous.
Totally, especially nowadays.
But the idea that you're going to ring, everybody's using a smart, and they don't answer, and you're not going to get anywhere.
Yeah, I hate making phone calls too. I don't, and that's kind of how I got successful, is using social media to develop relationships. And when I see them in person, I can make that connection, and they already kind of know me. So take advantage of that.
Don't get me wrong. Going to events, building your brand, being the town mayor or the city mayor, the digital mayor. I guess you could be the real mayor too. The real that is the whole point of these videos. It's combining being the physical mayor, the unofficial physical mayor of your town, and being the digital, and combining the two together. This is what all this is about, Adam.
Yep, exactly. Yep. Thank you so much for joining us. We hope you're learning. This was just 5 of the 10 reasons why most agents fail in real estate. And although it's a pretty sucky subject to talk about, it's pretty important to know these things, because we can make changes and kind of redirect the path and not do these things. So We want you to be successful. That's why we do these videos. We got free workshops on our YouTube channel, our blog. We also have an incredible program and system for you, the real estate agent. Share a little bit about that again, Jonathan. What our CRM
basically has. If you're looking to build a really good brand, good talk there.
Hopefully not bland.
Not bland, a brand. And you want a really top looking website that you own. You're not leasing it, you own it. Important. And you're looking to get into the luxury market as well, or you're in the luxury market. Plus, you want a good set of digital tools that don't cost you an arm and leg, and the ability to integrate with the top tier CRM like Follow Up Boss. We're the people to talk to, and also go to my podcast, The Mel Wright Show, and listen to my podcast as well, because we got over 360 episodes. We got loads of videos on the Mel Wright YouTube. We provide a ton of education and value, don't we, Adam?
Yeah, and I know there's not a lot of selling going on right now for most real estate agents in general. So start putting that time to use.
Well, this is the time. This is the time to put the energy into the systems and position yourself. So when the market recovers, sometime next year, at the end of next year, you're in the position to really benefit from it.
Yeah, there you had it. The crystal ball with Jonathan. The end of next year. Yeah. Things are going to be back to normal.
Well,
hopefully, right?
They're never normal. There's always look. There's all in the real estate industry over the past 10 years. It's to say it's been up and down like a yo-yo. It's been and it's not going to change. This is why you've got to build the systems, the social network, and the digital systems that mean that you have your ups and downs, but you're not going to get crucified.
Yeah, get it all done now. There's no better time than the present, right?
Yep.
All right. Well, thanks again for joining us. Don't forget to give us a thumbs up, hit the subscribe button, and punch that notification bell. I guess you want to touch it, not punch it. You don't want to ruin your screen or anything. So, but yeah, these are for you, the real estate agent. They're specifically about how to grow your business, things to do, things not to do. We'll give you part B in the next 5 reasons why most real estate agents fail in real estate next week. So until then, have a great rest of the week.
We'll see you soon, folks.